Hi everyone, we're going to have a look and see what is coming through for your reading. If this resonates with you, please do like the reading, comment down below and do subscribe. I also do offer personal readings as well. If you're ever interested, it's on shopmoonlightguidance.com and also my Etsy store. Everything's linked down below. Personal readings, services, intention items which are handmade, meditated with and saged. Everything is down there for your convenience, so definitely do check it out. Okay, so I am going to have a look for you, see what's coming through. And this is a safe space where you're always very welcome. We have here the Five of Wands. Oh, there's some kind of chaos, there's some kind of confusion, there's some kind of miscommunication, there's some kind of just things not aligning, okay, and things not feeling great. Five of Wands is very much this energy of just feeling like everything is just like this, you know, you just feel like you're going up against something every single time. Oh, look at this. You know what's opposing this is we've got the King of Cups. There's someone here that you feel so deeply connected to, so emotionally connected to, so emotionally invested into, but this person barely does anything. I also feel here that there's no contact between you both because you've got the Two of Swords. There's not a lot happening here. And with the Seven of Swords, it's very highly likely that one of two things happened. Number one, either this person pushed you away and they just no contact, or maybe there's something you said to them that made them do this, but please don't feel guilty about this because you know what? If you didn't say it at that point, you would have said it at some other point. And the fact is they couldn't handle whatever you said, right? They didn't take accountability. This is their problem. This is their fault. They didn't take accountability for maybe whatever you said. Please do not blame yourself. I do not want you to shed a tear over what you may have said, because one thing I will say here is that this person has a very fragile ego. Sometimes you cannot win against people that have a fragile ego, but what they have done is going to actually make them feel so regretful. What they have done towards you by having this no contact with you and sort of running away and shutting the door on you is going to break their ego. It is absolutely going to make them so remorseful and so guilty that whatever you said, they will understand and take it as correct. Okay, and if you didn't say anything, and let's just say you didn't say anything, you know, that you needed or anything like that, or let's just say they are the ones that just kind of blocked you, ghosted you, they have to live with that regret. They have to live with that remorse. They have to live with that energy. You know, they have to live with that within themselves. They have to live with that. You don't have to live with that. You know, you said and did what you thought was correct at that moment based on their behavior. You did it based on their behavior. What they did, they only thought about themselves and their ego. There's a big difference. Do not blame yourself. Please do not shed a tear. I do not want to see a tear coming out of your eye in regards to this. Trust me, it's not even worth it. I see it here. This person is going to boil in their emotional soup. And I've been saying this in the last few readings, but it's such a great analogy, okay? Where essentially, think about it this way, right? You want to make a soup. So you put water in a big pot, you put it on the stove. It's cold, right? That water is cold unless you boiled it before. Let's just say it's cold, right? You put in the vegetables, whatever, and then you turn the stove on and it's cooking or it's heating, you know. It takes time for those vegetables to soften. It takes time for the water to get warmer. It takes time for it to all boil. It takes time for everything to sort of combine and infuse, you know, with maybe the onions and the spices and all this kind of stuff. Like it takes time, right? This person's ego is a bit like that. It's cold. It's cold like that cold water. But you know what? The vegetables have gone in. The content has gone in. Like the situation, right? This is the situation. It's gone into the pot. Their ego is so cold that it's not willing to understand. It's not willing to soften those vegetables. As time goes by, their ego will get so softened, and the vegetables will get softened. Basically, they will boil and they will understand the complexity of everything. They will understand what they have done. They will understand their mistakes. They will have remorse. They will have guilt. They will have shame. They will then contact you. This person's got to boil in their soup for a bit more, okay? When a person has ego, they're like very defensive, right? And then a few weeks later, once they go out, do things, they go here, they go there, ego starts to come down. They start to get triggered. They start to go through life, real life events, real life places, real life things. They start to realize like, oh, I still feel really sad. One day they'll wake up, they'll feel sad. They will feel sad. They'll feel like, what did I do? Like, I can't just keep going like this. Like, my ego is not just there protecting me anymore. Like, what am I doing, you know? The ego will drop. They will be vulnerable. They will feel sad. They will think one day, what did I let go of? What did I do? Even if you let go of this person because of what they did to you, okay, they will realize their mistakes, because at the end of the day, regardless of who lets go of who, it's the mistakes of what the person did that will make them realize how poorly they treated you. And on top of that, if people are treating them poorly, which can happen, okay, that people are not nice to them, people are not kind, people take advantage of their time, they will feel so guilty for what they have done that they will contact you. This person's got to boil a bit in their soup, okay? And they will boil, and they will feel so regretful, so ashamed, so sad, so frustrated, you know, within themselves. Like, what did I do? What did I do? Over the next, I would say, 8 to 9 weeks, okay, this person is going to boil in their soup, where ego is going to be stripped out, okay, because that coldness will be gone. They will have to then think and relive everything that happened. Moments that were shared, memories that were shared, things they could have done better, things they should have done better. They will think about all the things in which they should have done, okay? All the things in which they should have been much more loving, much more proactive, much more caring. They will think about all the moments in which they should have stood up for you rather than just kind of closing you out. They will think about all the moments that you were there for them. You were caring, you were loving, you were supportive. They will think about, you know, your achievements, your, you know, the ways in which you would pat them on the back and you would be so loving and kind to them. They will think about, especially with the hermit, they will think so much, okay? They will think so much. Over the next, I would say at least 7 weeks, you know, they will be thinking. They will be thinking about all the things they did. They will be thinking about their problems. They will be thinking about how they treated you, how they didn't, how they were not nice to you, how they were mean to you, blah, blah, blah. Okay? It's really in about 8 to 9 weeks that they will awaken to realize, oh my God, I've actually made a mistake. Okay? Like, I actually made a mistake. Like, oh my God, what have I actually done? The next sort of 7 weeks, they can still be a bit defensive. They kind of go from sort of thinking to defense. Okay? It's a little bit like when someone's addicted to something and they've just, you know, they kind of go into that thing, out of that thing, into that thing, out of that thing, until it breaks. And it breaks around 8 to 9 weeks from now, from when you're watching this reading. Not from when it's posted, but from when you're watching it. And what will they do? Let's have a look. Before we have a look into what they would do, I'm actually going to get message cards as well. Just wanted to mention that if you ever needed a personal service, like a personal reading, it's all on shopmoonlightguidance.com. There's personal readings on there. There's rituals for love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing, black magic removal, protection ritual, as well as rituals for love like, you know, break no contact, manifest a specific person, support and consistency, protect your connection, and so much more. So everything's on there. There's also intention items as well, which are handmade, meditated with, and saged. There's bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, candles, sage bundles, teas, etc. Lots of amazing items, and yeah, it's all on there. It's on my website and also linked down below, and also on Etsy, so you can check it out if you're interested. So what are they going to do? What is this person going to do? They're going to be heartbroken, okay? They're going to be absolutely heartbroken. They are going to realize that they actually created a lot of the storms in this situation. You know, even if this person did a lot, they said, you know, nice things, maybe they were kind and supportive, they will realize that actually they didn't do enough. They didn't do enough. They didn't really take care of you. They didn't take care of your needs. They didn't prioritize you. They didn't put you in the center of their world. They didn't do that, right? So they will realize that, and that is going to trigger them to come to you emotionally. They will come to you as a very broken person. They will come to you crying. They will come to you very sad. They will come to you just so broken, frustrated, upset, hurt, chaotic, confused. They will come to you as a really broken person. And with the 7 of Cups, they are going to then express to you, okay, how much they would like to try again. You know, they will say, you know, I really thought about things, and at the end of the day, you know, I really do miss you. I do really care about you. I do want to be in your life. Like, can we give this another go? And, you know, part of them also does worry as well that if they were to have you in their life, maybe the same thing could happen, you know. But they also think as well, like, I would rather try again than to lose you. I would rather try again than to risk losing you from my life. but they also do think like maybe the same thing could happen again, you know, and I think that's what they also battle with very heavily in their mind. But they think about you during the day, they think about you during the night, but at the end of the day they will come forward, because that's the Chariot. That's the last card that came out, and that's the card of them coming to you emotionally, expressing themselves to you. They are going to contact you. They are going to contact you. When are they going to contact you? I would say that about sort of 8 to 9 weeks from now is really looking to be the best time. The best time. And I say that because even if you were to contact them before the 8 to 9 weeks, you may regret it, because they may not have boiled enough in their soup to realize everything, to have softened their ego. Sometimes you can contact a person and they're really stuck in their ego. If you'd contacted them like later on, they may have softened a bit. There's always a time for things. That's why I always recommend looking into time frames. We have here, I fear being alone, because, you know, they will realize, I fear being alone, hence they want to be with you, right? Their ego would have told them like, no, I'm great alone. I'm going to be just fine by myself. I'm going to be living my life and I'll be single forever. No, at some point they'll want a companion. And they'll realize that sooner. And also I'm upset with myself. So that's your reading. This is your reading. The affirmation is they are upset with themselves. Comment it down below if it resonates. And this is it. All right, take care.